What's good with y'all, bro? It's a beautiful motherfucking day outside. Y'all see a young nigga glowing, you know what I'm saying, turning up. Today I want to talk to y'all about something that's really it's an analysis. Oh, some motherfucker. Okay. Okay. Let me let me get back on track. Okay. It was a good ass day, man. It was a great day. Which led me to a lot of conclusions. I worked really closely with the female today. I trained her, and I didn't have to do my usual poking and prodding. I just straight up asked her questions, and she kept it a buck with a nigga. So me asking questions or even letting the bitch talk, she told on herself. I ain't gonna expose her business, but she was in the circle with a bitch I was talking to a few weeks ago, and she's the same bitch. I mean, that goes to show and prove the theory I had, which is now a fact. You are who you run with, or at least you become that. There's a part of you that respects that about them, right? So, who you hang with, look closely at that, because that'll really tell you what type of nigga you are. And listening to this bitch talk, I was learning so much about her without her even telling me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that when women change hairstyles, drastically change outfits, everything that they are affects them and how they feel as a person. I mean, I believe that to be true about everybody, but when you're studying the opposite sex, you have to look at other things. I don't think I ever really broke that down for y'all. Me, I think analytically, I think down to every last detail. I know this shit straight up. When I'm attacking a boss, you know what I'm saying, in a video game, I look for a weakness. I look for some place where I can't be hit, or I can get him and he can't get me, you know, whatever. I look for some place that I can use. I use the terrain as my advantage, right? And in turn, I usually get the kill, or at least I learn what to do next time, right? So the same philosophy applies when you're in the dating game. It's like a hunt. It's like a chess match. So when you see a female and you just chopping it up with her, number one, always get logistics, aka learn what the bitch is going, what is going on with her, what's on her mind, what she's up to. Learn certain things. Name, you really don't need much. Just learn the basics, the essentials, the most importance, right? The logistics. What's going on? Where can I take the bitch? Blah blah blah. Because some women, believe it or not, they will let you take them right there on the spot, and the scene could be anything. If you flirt with her hard enough, if you give her enough sexual attention and you build a trust, you're as good as golden, my nigga. You can smash. But understand this: when they wear different hairstyles, the different color hair and this and that, that's who they are as a person. And my ex even broke this shit down to me. I didn't even know this. We was talking about one of my homeboys' girls. She dyed her hair like right after they'd been through something, and I asked her. I think it was black. She was blonde. I think she dyed it black, or she dyed it like green or something. She said, "Oh, she's going through some shit." Right? So her dyeing her hair symbolized that she was internally going through some shit. And I knew. She didn't know, but I knew, right? She was feeling a lot of pain, so that represented her hair. And what I've learned about women is that they mask their pain. Men, we can get by being men, but women, they put on a smile. They do things to keep them from thinking about their life, and a lot of that shit is being a hoe. So when you look at hoes and various hypergamous women, that was hard to say, you'll see that they look for a lot of options. They bounce on some dick to get over what they feel, you know what I'm saying? Or obvious drug addicts. You look at the type of woman and you break down whether she's good for you, right? I can tell you how to get pussy all day, but you got to look at what's worth maintaining, because the thing I had as a young man, what I got really fucked up with was how I felt afterwards, because some of these hoes, I would really like them. Some of them I just wanted to keep it going, but like, it was hard for me to separate how I felt about them and the sex. And those are way different things, right? I could hate somebody but still want to fuck them. I could love somebody and don't want to fuck them, right? So you got to distinguish the two, and what's really like what's good for you long term, because We tend to think short term, especially with our dick. But what's the long term game? You want to stick with this bitch? You got to know if she's worth it or not. If you can bang with this hoe, because we got to get in this mentality of she might be too great for me. What about you, my nigga? You don't think about you, right? One of the techniques I used today was and honestly, it's unconscious because I think a lot of things, and I say what other people want to, right? So women ramble, nigga. They just go on and on, right? She's rambling and she's like, I'm ready to go. I might use some of my time and I might just leave. And I said, okay, go right ahead. No, I said, okay, that's on you. And I just like slumped my shoulders like that, and I just looked the other way. She was like, When I did things like that in that area, she was like, okay, all right, Like she was really intrigued, and she made that known. You feel me? And there were times when I had to be rude to the bitch. Like I was training her, right? And she would go run off, and she would go and talk to one of her friends while I'm training her. Right? So, that's disrespectful. And I was supposed to wait on her to take her somewhere to go and do something. It's not only it's disrespectful to the training, it's disrespectful to me because, like, the fuck do I look like? So, I just straight up left her. I didn't say, hey, I didn't go stand there, I didn't wait. This bitch just ran off, right? So, I went downstairs on the elevator and I went up and I set up shop, and I put things away and I explained to her when she got down there what to do, right? So she got down there, she ran, and she was like, where'd you go? Why'd you do that? I was like, you left. I was like, yeah, I was coming right back to her. I said, it doesn't matter, you left. You shouldn't have left in the first place. She was like, oh, okay, you don't gotta be like that. And I was like, what was I like? What did I say? I was like, I'm just saying. She said, I'm just saying. And she was bothered, like she didn't speak to me for a few minutes, right? And then she was all smiling, giggly. The point of what I was saying was you got to play with her emotions. You can't be like, you can't care how she feels. You can't care. That's a part of the game, and it's not about her. It's about you, man. Your happiness is paramount, and I'm really starting to see that, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect yet. I'm working on me, especially when it comes to this game and shit. But what I do know, and what I do know for certain, I'ma share it with y'all. New ideals fuck with me, and it challenges how I think, and I like that because I evolve as a person. I don't want to just spit rhetoric at you. I want to spit things that I know, right? So I'm still learning things, and I still make mistakes out there, right? I make mistakes. A nigga gets rejected with or without me fucking up. Not everybody's into me, right? So I take these things, I maneuver. That's how you do it. Because a lot of these women will expose themselves and they'll tell you things that they shouldn't be telling you, but you don't catch it. There's a lot of things that they do. Like there's a lot of sarcasm. I'm cool with a little bit of it. And really not even supposed to give them that. You're supposed to be a respect figure, right? But I like a little back and forth. So I allowed her to, and then she kept trying to test me and kept trying to, like, I had to put the bitch in her place, right? And it's not a mean or an aggressive way. It's just like, stop. Or it's like, okay. Or it's like, don't do that. Please, how about you say that? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you really direct your tone at her and you let her know in like a fatherly authority voice that you're dominating the conversation. This is you. She shouldn't be in your shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your foot down and you got to guard yourself as a man always. Because these women are always testing you, dog. Always. They always got some shit to say to you. So you got to keep focused and you got to weed them out. Like, what's worth it? A bitch that respects you. What's not is a woman that's gonna put you through hell, nigga. And you gotta realize that. Realize what type of woman she is before you further an encounter, right? I already know the type of hoe she is. Basically, off of how she looks, that tells me a lot. But what she does and her personality tells me other things. So you gotta always pay attention. You gotta always look. You gotta always hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, man. You know. Keep your head up and stay in the game, bro. Don't let them overpower you. Keep your manness. It's the last thing we have, bro. Your manness. We gotta get back to manly men, bruh. Come on, nigga.